and we are going to make Memphis safe again. That's why we're here.
More than a dozen law enforcement agencies converging on the Bluff City.
Everything we have, we are going to bulldoze the criminal element in this city.
Federal and state resources making over 1,800 arrests in the first month of operation. Some of the busiest officers, ICE agents.
You ain't gotta do all that!
According to data provided by the Memphis Safe Task Force, Immigration and Customs Enforcement made 319 civil arrests in the month of October. One of those arrested, 38-year-old Delmar Raimundo Gomez Lopez, an undocumented immigrant from Guatemala.
I was at home, and then I was already in my bed sleeping, and then I hear my brother knocking on the door. Nancy, come here. Something happened to Dad.
17-year-old Nancy Gomez says her father came to the United States 20 years ago. And he came directly to Memphis.
He came directly to Memphis.
Why Memphis?
Memphis, because we heard a lot. Well, while he was over there, he always used to tell a story about he heard great things from here. And he came here for a better future.
Gomez Lopez met his wife in Memphis and had 4 children. He was the sole breadwinner for the family.
He cuts people's grass. He does painting, construction, anything he does. And then many people know him, and then also his music.
He travels the country performing in a Christian band. In fact, he was leaving church when he was pulled over by Memphis Safe Task Force members in early October.
He got stopped by a state trooper first, but immigration was right behind him. So they both took him and my uncle.
His arrest highlighted by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security in an October 21st press release featuring 10 other arrests of non-citizens labeled, quote, the worst of the worst in Memphis. Alleged gang members, pedophiles, rapists, and drug traffickers. DHS provided very little information in the bulletin other than pictures of each arrestee, where they are originally from, and a single line describing criminal charges. Gomez Lopez had 1 charge listed. According to DHS, they say that your father was arrested for an aggravated assault. Have you learned any information about what that entails?
Not really. What they told us, they really didn't have a valid reason, so that's just the charge they put underneath his name.
Authorities claim Gomez Lopez was arrested on aggravated assault charges by Germantown police in 2011. However, Germantown police say there is no record of that arrest. The Impact team searched federal and state databases for any record of charges against Gomez Lopez and found only 3 traffic citations from 2013, from which he pled guilty only to driving without a license. DHS declined to provide further details about any sort of alleged criminal record.
But what happens for someone who's undocumented is that they don't always get the benefit of going through that whole process to adjudicate their innocence or guilt in the criminal context.
Immigration attorney Casey Bryant is not representing Gomez Lopez, but her practice is representing hundreds of other undocumented residents in the Mid-South. She says even an accusation of a criminal background can have far greater implications when it comes to efforts to get legal U.S. status.
All they have is this arrest that an immigration judge will look at to determine whether someone has good moral character, even if that arrest was unconstitutional.
But to play devil's advocate here, there are plenty of people on the other side who would say, but they are not legal citizens. They had years to get their documentation together. If they are not here the right way, they don't deserve to be here.
I mean, I would say just right off, what is the right process? Do you even know? Because people have no idea. Like I said, immigration is very complicated.
Gomez Lopez is currently in an ICE detention facility in Jenna, Louisiana. Bryant says legal representation that far away from home can be difficult.
So someone from Memphis whose family in Memphis may hire an attorney in Memphis to represent them while they're down in Louisiana. And so that's a 5-hour drive. Any forms that need to be signed, you'd have to send them in the mail, and the quickest you can get a document to Louisiana from here is the FedEx overnight. It still takes 2 days to get there.
The West Tennessee Detention Center in Mason, Tennessee is less than an hour away. It's unclear if Gomez Lopez was ever sent there or why Louisiana was the better option. Back to that DHS press release touting the arrest of 11 of the worst. We found only 3 still in ICE custody and another still making his way through federal courts. The impact team could not find any record of the other 7. Sources say they may have already been deported, but without additional information, that cannot be confirmed.
It's very challenging. It's very challenging to get an understanding of exactly how they are operating, exactly what their numbers are and what they reflect.
Carlos Ochoa is a part of Vecindarios 901, an immigration advocacy group made up of volunteers. People call into their 24-hour hotline to report federal enforcement activity.
We got it filmed.
And volunteers respond to record the interaction. Over a 29-day period in October, Vecindarios 901 community monitors responded to 3,000 alerts. ICE, Homeland Security were reported in about a third of all incidents. The nonprofit says they hope their efforts paint a clearer picture of immigration enforcement in the Mid-South. As for 38-year-old Delmar Raimundo Gomez Lopez, his daughter Nancy wants to see proof of her father's charge or clear his name.
And personally, I know my dad, and he's not that type of person. He's a hardworking person.
The family's hired an attorney and hopes one day he'll come home.
He gives us more than we could ever ask, and I just want to see him back here with us.
For the Impact Team, I'm Kelly Cook.